Welcome to another edition of Bolt in the Group 1 Kings. And when I talk about Group 1 Kings, none better than these two, Laura Lafferty and Adam McGrath. Laura, I'll start with you, mate. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, really good. Thanks, Matty. I seen you on the weekend, actually, so twice in 1 week.
I know. We had a great little chat on .com the other day. It was great to see you at the races. How'd the old boys' horses pull up, mate?
They were both a little bit feeling a bit sorry for themselves, I think. Yeah, they put in some disappointing runs, both of them, which was a bit of a shock. But no, they're a little bit sore, but nothing too alarming. So hopefully they'll go to the paddock for a couple of weeks and bounce back.
Yeah, it was a pretty firm track at the Bull on Monday. It's been very, very hot weather here. And Adam McGrath, I'm tipping that the Lafferty clan, mate, just looking for a better price at May, something at a big, big price to get up. How are you, buddy? Back in Las Vegas too.
Yeah, going well, Matty. Third show, third different location, Sydney, Bali, Vegas. But yeah, I think they're just waiting for Laura to come back, as you said, get a bit of a price and just give her a nice winner on return. So I'll certainly be keeping an eye on that stable when she does get back.
Yeah, fair dinkum laws. This bloke's unbelievable. Sydney, Bali, back to Vegas. Where's he going to pop up next week? We do not know. We need that.
No, they're
live,
not
don't we?
even. They're not even like shabby locations either. They're like the best of the best.
And they're not close either. Let's mark our words on that.
Yes. Hey, listen, let's recap last weekend. Of course, All-Star Mile, Tom Kitten, you're all over this one, ads. Mr. Brightside was a cracking race. Of course, another will, not a lot of luck. Nearly stumbled at the kind of 100-metre mark. There was heart in your mouth kind of stuff, wasn't it? We knew it was going to be a race of tactics, ad, and that's exactly how it played out.
Yeah, it was an interesting race, wasn't it? And I was watching these a little bit delayed and saw your text come through and the screaming was coming through. I thought, what has gone on here? I went back and watched the replay and saw another will. And my gosh, Jamie, there's been a couple of times that this horse has, I remember last preparation, almost went through the fence, and Jamie Carr's had a couple of close escapes of Jamie Mellum now, a couple of close escapes on this horse. Look, probably should have won, was unlucky, loses no admirers from that. Just glad that horse and jockey got through it okay. Mr. Brightside again loses no admirers. I talked about, could this be the handing of the baton? It's not yet. This guy's still in it. He can still win a couple more Group 1s as well. And Tom Kitten, as I said, it was the value bet coming into it, just because this horse looked as though it's returned better than ever and showed that again, that if there was something to go wrong, which there wasn't the case, this is the horse has got a nice turn of foot to run down the line there. So I think we really left this race pretty impressed with the top four too. Light Infantry Man was a Group 1 winner over in Perth last preparation as well. And those four did no wrong. So certainly happy to follow all of those from those performances.
Laura, barrier one sometimes can be a little bit of a trick, can't it? You know, especially in group races. And I think Jamie was caught between, does she take it up? Does she take the sit? What would you have done in that situation?
I would have come back and sat box seat. If I
Exactly
was
where she went.
yeah. I think that's racing, isn't it? Like she was pretty unlucky, but I can see what she was thinking because at the 500, Ethan Brown to the outside of her was under pressure. So approaching the 400 and the 300, she was obviously getting off the fence, looking for an out, wanted to sneak between Mr. Brightside and Ethan Brown because he was weakening out of it, which creates a gap for her to sort of go through. But yeah, which then Mr. Brightside ended up coming off the fence and there was a run sort of to the inside. But I don't think, I can see what she was thinking. She was playing to advantages, which usually to the outside, you're always a higher percentage of getting a run when you're going sort of wider and looking for those runs out wide. She wasn't to know that the gap was going to eventually open to the inside. But Ethan Brown's horse, to touch on, Light Infantry Man, it just looked like it was going to drop out at the 500, but he whacked away and ended up finishing third. So yeah, she'd sort of committed by that time and she was in that spot. It was a hard watch, but I can see what she was thinking. I probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah, it's a game of inches, isn't it? And we know oh so well. Sometimes they go your way, sometimes they don't. So it's a sport, and that's why we love it. Hey, the Randwick Guineas linebacker caused a little bit of an upset. Well, not for you, Laura Lafferty, because you were all over this horse, which was fantastic for the Palmer Bet followers. Broadsiding ads, there was just that little question mark second up, which you brought up last week, and I think you were right.
Yeah, look, second up for now and hasn't won a race there. So, again, losers know admirers. We're talking about that. For mine, you just go, great run, beaten by a better horse. And as Laura said, the gelding operation has certainly helped. But again, I lost nothing. Didn't lose anything from the top four, to be honest. Thought Swift Falcon was really good in third. Thought Elena ran as good as it could, beaten two and a bit lengths. There's some wins for it moving forward as well. So, a bit like the previous race we talked about, those four were the four that we all had mentioned either as our best bet or value bet. All four tick the boxes. It's just who got the price, and that's Laura and Linebacker. And I thought it was a great run and a good little ride by Zachy Lloyd.
Yeah, and we spoke about Zach Lloyd last week, didn't we, Laws? He is in great nick at the moment.
Yeah, he just can't do anything wrong, can he? But it's really good to see the young kids come up and continue to ride winners as well, because there was always going to be a bit of a question mark when young riders like Zach Lloyd come out of their apprenticeship and how they do. So it's really encouraging to see that he's still riding winners and riding really well too.
Hey, let's move along now to the new market. I'm going to go back to you here, Laws, because you're all over Jolly Star. Well back late too. It was an open field. We knew that. But talk about good rides. Damien Lane, Frosty, he delivered an absolute pearler, didn't he?
Yeah, it was a great watch. Adam said last week the history of the race, which I didn't know, but have all carried 52 and a half or less. So adds more merit to Jolly Star's run, defies history there in the last 10 years. I think it carried 56. So, yeah, adds more merit to the run, I think. But it was just, once it got the gap, and he just, his turn of foot was electric, and he was just still very strong to the line. And after the line, I was still watching, and he was struggling to pull him up. So, yeah, really liked him winning. I loved, you put in the group chat as well, Headwall was a bit unlucky, but I don't think he wins.
Yeah.
Anyway, like he followed Jolly Star's path all the way through, but a little bit unlucky still, but was just 2 lengths behind Jolly Star the whole way. But the way Jolly Star just kept improving and increasing to the line, I don't think that changes results. Third, Stratton Angel, I thought was another really honest run, but to take out of the race, wasn't Benedetta. I don't know how to say her name, I should by now, was super unlucky. It wasn't just looking for a run, it was in reverse the last 400 meters. And I thought Super Azi ran really well. I think it ended up running fifth, but it wants a lot further. I thought it was a nice run. Maybe going forward, I've black book that horse going forward.
Oh, Laura, I'm a super artsy fan. That's super artsy, Matty. Remember, it was my value bet a couple of times last preparation.
Yes.
I was tempted to put it in this time. If they just find a more suitable race, this horse is going to win a couple. They continue to go to these really tough races. I think last preparation when I threw in the value bet, it jumped from 14, 15 and 16, like 3 races in a row. Again, here at 60 to 1, it's run a belter. Keep an eye on it. They just need to find some better programming, I think. And if they can do that, this horse is going to win some races.
It's exciting. Well summed up, you two. Canterbury Stakes, bit of a blowout here. Royal Patronage gets the job done at $20 ahead of Here to Shock, who just continues to race well. To be honest, what do we make of the Canterbury Stakes? Do we think it's going to be a good form race, do you reckon, Ads, moving forward?
Look, I think there's a few we can follow from it. Royal Patronage just well done. Tough rider, typical Waterhouse bot sort of style. Here to Shock's got to be the most improved horse going around in the country. There's just no doubt about that. I was willing to put a line through it again, and here we see it battling it out. Magic Time was very honest, and the one that I've just circled, because if you go back and watch last preparation when we caught this horse for a win, Sunshine in Paris, that's exactly what you wanted to see first run back. Normally takes 2 or 3 just to build into it and find that win. And for mine, the way it was attacking the line, I went, I'll be on very soon. So there's a few that I'll take from it. How much depth we look at this and how many win from it, not sure. But yeah, a couple I'd be happy to back moving forward.
Hey, Laura, congratulations to you. Great tipping weekend last weekend, mate. You get the gold star last week. That is for sure. Absolutely sensational, which was good to see. Hey, listen, let's have a look. Group 1 on Saturday. It's Coolmore Classic at Rosehill over the 1,500 metres. The market, all thanks to Palmerbet. Lady Shenandoah, short enough, $2.40. Amelia's Jewel, good first up, $6.50. Lady of Camelot really took it up to Lady Shenandoah last start. It's at $7. Coeur Volante at $11. Marble Arch, $12. El Safina at $23. Grozinga Bell at $23. And Manal at $26. Laws, I'm going to come to you first. Are we with the short way home here? Are we with the Chris Waller Lady Shenandoah?
I found this race so hard. That you could, um, positives to every horse in this race, honestly. But I've gone, with the short price favorite, Lady Shenandoah, 54 and a half. I think it comes in really well in the weights. It obviously has to overcome a really wide gate, which could be the end of her. But I think J Mac aboard and the Chris Waller touch, I'm looking past the barrier there. Looks to be a moderate run race. I think it might, hold a forward position. And I'm with Lady Shenandoah. I'm really
So
surprised.
you're thinking she's like going to push forward from that barrier 13, do you think, Laws?
I think so. Yeah, I think there's only sort of one or two in the race that really will show dominance to go forward, and I think J Mac might show some intent with maybe lack of speed. But there's at the Rosehill 1500-meter mark, there's about a 400-meter back straight for them to sort of make their way and get their position. So it's a long enough time that he'll be able to make up his mind out there, possibly too. So he's got options, I think. The first bend isn't for 400 meters. So he'll have time to sort of see how she jumps, whether he decides to sort of make that decision out there. But I think he'll have time with that long back straight to sort of either get in, commit to go forward, or either go back. But I think he'll be looking to sort of sit first half, and he's just that good at it. Like, how often do you see J Max sit 3 deep? So I've got my trust in him. I'm surprised none of you put actually, I feel like I might be a bit wrong now.
Hey, we should be following you.
Mate, we should be following you. Well, let's get across to Adam McGrath ads. You're keen. You're super keen here at one.
Well, look, I'm going to change. I'm not super keen, but it's just been a bit of a process of elimination. As I said, the two form lines, the Surround, they ran 120. The Guy Walter, they ran 123. So gives me a few question marks there on Amelia Jewel and with a 58. This has been a race that, look, back in the early 2000s, 8 of the 10 won in a row carrying 53 and a half or less. But the last 7 years, it's been 56 kilos, 5 of the 7 winners. Waller looking for 3 in a row. I think the winner comes from one of the 4. It's Lady Shenandoah, Lady of Camelot, Amelia's Jewel, or Alsafina. So they're the 4. I can't go outside that. I think that's what everyone's thinking. But Lady Shenandoah at 240 from barrier 13, I think they go forward as well. Question marks for me. Lady of Camelot keeps running out of its skin, but barrier 13, I just wonder how many gut-busting runs this horse can have. And then Amelia's Jewel, as I said, ran 123, had it on a picnic, now has to carry 58 kilos. I don't think it gets it so easy. Then I have this horse, Alsafina, who you can go through its last preparation. It's a pure class runner. We've seen that before, finishing 3rd behind Antino in the 2 rack, finishing 4th in the Empire Rose behind a Tissue, winning the Moonee Valley Stocks, and then came out last time. And look, you'll see it came 9 of 9, and you should be having alarms. But if you watch the run, it was just unlucky the entire way. Now, this horse, second up, has had 4 starts for 2 wins and 2 seconds. The last 3 times Blake Shin's ridden this, 4th in the Group 1 Empire, winner in the Group 2 Stocks, 3rd in the Group 2 Let's Elope. So gets on it really well. Grant and Alana Williams have put in the phone call. They've said, Blake, you're coming across to Sydney. You're riding it again this start. They jumped from barrier 5. I just think when you look at all the 13, the 14, the 58 kilos, and then you see this horse, 55 and a half, barrier 5, Blake Shin in the saddle, 1,500 metres, 2 starts, 1 win in a second, tick, 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 tick. And then you see $23 and $4.40. If that's how I have to bet in this race, I'm going to make my best bet of the race, her to place at the $4.40, and I'll make my value bet the $23. And as I said, I can still see Lady Shenandoah winning. I can see Camelot winning. I can see Amelia's Jewel winning. But if I had to have $100, I don't want to put it on 240 at Shenandoah or anything like that. So Alsafina will be my play. I think she'll jump out of her skin here. I think she'll give it a real big scare. So that'll be the play here for the Coolmore.
Oh, I love it. I love the confidence as well there, Laura. It's good, and you talked us through, mate. You've explained it beautifully well and made some great points. And I'm sure there's going to be plenty that are going to follow you in to Alsafina in the Coolmore Classic. Hey, I'm sticking with Amelia's Jewel. I'm sticking with the other WA horse ads. I'm sticking fat, mate. I thought it was good first up. I know, and you made some good points, times and all that kind of stuff, but did what she had to do. And I reckon reckon she's got some good stats second up. I reckon she mightn't lead them up, but I reckon she might just take a sit this time and look, hopefully I think it's come back very, very good. And my value bet, I've gone with a horse coming through the same race, bit of Chris Waller magic and Jason Collett combining here. Third up, this horse, Alentia. And I think at a big price can run a nice race. I reckon screaming out for the 1,500 metres. And Chris Waller, as we know, likes to just let horses just run into their preparations and get to grand final day. And this might be a grand final for Alentia. So that's the way I'm happy to play. Right, Lawes, where else are we going? Around the country on the weekend, mate. What else you got for us?
I've got one at Caulfield, race 8, number 13, Kiliana. It's won really convincingly on debut at Bendigo. Looks the natural stepping stone. They haven't given it a massive, massive task, although it's a little bit of a step up. But I think, yeah, it looks like a natural stepping stone for it to sort of run well at Caulfield, hopefully. And my second one is Glint of Silver, race 10, number 1 at Rose Hill. Has overcome a wide barrier the last couple of starts and ran a super race. So wants further, it's raced 1,200 metres the last 3 starts, gets 1,400 metres on Saturday, typically goes forward, so should have it a little bit easier than it has its last couple of starts. I think it can run a really nice race.
Love it, mate. Ads, the King of the West. What do you got for us, buddy?
Yeah, we head out to Ascot and we'll start early. Race 1, number 3, KTY. Won't be the favourite. Smooth Mover will be the favourite, but I think this is Adam Durant's best horse at the moment. He's made a bit of a cull from his stable, and I think she's going to be flying the flag. So race 1, number 3, W Pike, just to circle them there with this horse. And then last week, we needed Fluoro Neuro to win 3 in a row, which it did at that 320 for us. We need this horse to make it 4 in a row. Race 8, number 1, Bon Joy. She's had some serious setbacks. She was out last at start again because of some foot soreness. She's back in again. From all reports, she is airborne and she just continues to go to strength. So making it 4 in a row for her. So race 1, number 3, KTY, and race 8, number 1, Bon Joy.
Oh, I love it when he plays back at his home deck, Laura. It's exciting. It's good to see. I'm going Prior to Jenny, resuming. We thought she was retired. Nice little jump out last week. Not a strong addition for mine. And I reckon might just be able to dictate terms in a small field and blow them away. And if they win, Johnny Kanga is going to shout the bar effectively. So everyone on course gets a free drink if Prior to Jenny gets the job done. So there's going to be a heap of interest.
Are you going, Matt?
Not going on Saturday, but I wish I was.
He is now.
I hope she wins. Gee, that would be
good day. Isn't it good? And Kanga, he's just so good. Great initiative. I love it. They're always thinking outside the square, which is brilliant. So Prior to Jenny, I reckon best bet back at Caulfield. And then I've got a little bit of value, to be honest. Race 4, number 10, a horse called In Her Stride from the Salinitri team. Third up, unlucky in Tassie last start. This horse at a big price, $21 each way play. And then race 7, number 11, Chewing Gum. I reckon this horse has got a heap of ability too. Don't worry about the wide gate. It'll get back and it'll be charging through the line. One of the Colin McKenna horses, and I reckon that this horse is above average too. And if they can make ground and they are swooping out wide, this will be the one that'll be coming over the top of them at about $8. So that's the plays for me for the weekend. Hey, download that Palmerbet app. Get involved. It's really, really simple. They always have some great things. And as we always say, gamble responsibly and think about what you're really gambling with. Laura Lafferty and Adam McGrath, it's been an absolute pleasure. Only the one, Group 1 this weekend, but all in all, still fantastic days racing at Caulfield and Rose Hill this weekend.
Certainly is. Looking forward to it. Well done, guys, and happy Alsafina weekend.
Good on you, Ads. What are you got on for the weekend, Laws?
I think I'm heading back down to Warrnambool again, actually. I haven't been, other than last weekend, I haven't been back home too much recently, so trying to head back as much as I can. So, yeah, quiet weekend at home with family and watching the races.
Yeah, watching the races. Download that Palmerbet app and get involved and have a bit of fun yourself, but do it responsibly. We'll see you next week, legends.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.